do not want to leave out port operators and the entire value chain of fast-moving consumer goods. Consideration of the impact of the economy. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, as we strive to ensure road safety through measures we have announced, we do understand the impact of climate change and severe weather patterns of the economy. Our economy is driven largely through the transport and logistics sectors based on two major ports out in the province, namely Port of Richards Bay and the Port of Durban. And we've just from time to time highlighted that we must review the rail infrastructure review in the province or in the country called South Africa. Both ports are economical strategic, not only to the province of KZN, but also to the national economy of South Africa, since they are linked to the economic heartland of South Africa, Gauteng via road infrastructure. The Port of Durban is also a transit port for cross-border container traffic for our neighboring countries, a gateway to Southern Africa, as you might know. The Port of Richards Bay and Durban are important contributors to international trade and significant enabler for South Africa's and province economic development. We also acknowledge the strategic role played by ports and their necessity to the logistic chain. In addition, we are aware of severe weather patterns affect transport costs and reduce the efficiency of our ports. Therefore, all our interventions are based on this understanding. Damage to our infrastructure due to snowfall. At this point in time, we should turn our focus to the issue of damage to our road infrastructure as a result of snow. Most climatologists and weather experts agree that this province has never experienced a heavy snowfall, in particular in spring. We have assigned our engineers in consultation with SANRAL to look at the impact of the recent heavy snowfall on our road infrastructure and give us reports. In the meantime, they have informed us that when water and ice seep into existing cracks on our road and freeze, these cracks turn into large potholes. As we have stated in the past, due to the changes in weather patterns and excessive rains in the province, our road infrastructure has deteriorated faster than anticipated. So in terms of maintenance, we need more resources, with potholes developing throughout the road. Just weeks ago, we announced that we have set aside 4 billion to maintain our road network, which includes rehabilitating and resealing our roads. In view of the ongoing severe weather patterns, it is clear that the goalpost keeps moving. We have to strike a delicate balance between constructing new projects and maintaining new existing infrastructure. In our budget for 24-25, a total of 8.7 billion is set aside for transport infrastructure. Over 3.7 billion is going into constructing new infrastructure projects, roads and bridges in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. As you know, while over 58 million has been set aside for infrastructure planning and design. Over 922 million has been allocated to support programs within transport infrastructure. We're highlighting these figures to underline our commitment to ensure that our road infrastructure is considerably developed and efficiencies amongst other tools that we must use. We intend and rehabilitate to support economic growth, not in the province, but also in several provinces and the whole country. We say other provinces will succeed because KZN played a part in their growth and success because of two major ports, because of the largest coastline, which is 600-kilometer coastline, as you know. Modernization and development of our rail network. Ladies and gentlemen, track conditions entry last weekend compels us to intensify our plans aimed at modernization, development of rail transport, both freight and passenger. Working with National Minister of Transport, Ms. Barbara Krasa and other main role players, as KZN, we believe that we must ensure that we deploy wagons to move cargo from road to rail, with specific focus on certain pools such as coal in particular. In addition, we want to improve rail services in the province so that it could serve as a backbone of the public transport, while at the same time recognizing the huge challenges currently facing commuter rail service in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Our agenda before we close on climate change, road human settlement infrastructure, institutional capacity. We work closely with SA Weather Services, institutions of higher learning, researchers, NGOs, road safety organizations, and other main role players, so that we educate, we also equip those who must benefit out of this process. We are doing this to strengthen institutional capacity and ensure synergies. We want to have trained and skilled agents of climate change to focus on road safety in particular. Education and public awareness will coordinate all KZN stakeholders to cooperate and promote, develop, and an exchange of educational and public awareness material on climate change and its effects on road infrastructure of human settlements. We have developed a clear plan on how to roll out educational and public awareness program involving all communities, sectors of society, courses in Duna and rural areas, and all leaders irrespective of political affiliation. We work with traditional leaders, religious leaders, soon to be launched transport forum. Disaster management will continue to work with our disaster management committee through COPTA. Our focus as a department is on decentralizing early warning systems to reach all road users effectively and timely, and we want to thank all the cabinet members who have contributed in ensuring that this is adhered. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, MEC, for your comprehensive statement. We just want to move very quickly. I see that ENCA would want to ask a question, but do you want to ask a question now? Or?
No, I think I'll request one.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Do we have a taker? CDC.
Thanks very much. My name is Kalesa. To know, what lesson did you learn from this incident? Are there any gaps that need to be bridged by the department or official services?
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have another taker? Here's a microphone. Any other taker? In the absence of another question, MEC, maybe you can respond to a CBC and then perhaps do a summary in Zulu.
Amongst other tools, the benchmark exercise was the snow on its own. So I think the lesson learned is that we must plan concisely on time, as we have already highlighted. If the snow is going to be taking place on Saturday, our team must already be on standby. Diesel, the management, and all the stakeholders must be actually understanding the process on time. But the reality is that there's still a scarcity of resources, unlike developmental state where the issue of instrument, the equipment is already there, because we must balance skewed equation, as we've already highlighted in the statement, that ours is to maintain, ours is to build roads. So the severity of the snow in the process, it means that we must procure more infrastructure development regional in the future. I think the worst is currently happening, but the issue of warnings, I think we ought to utilize almost all the strength that we have, because the majority of our people in some instances, they don't believe on the issue of what comes from SA weather. So they just think that it's among those things. So I think we just have to elevate the understanding that the issue of climate condition, the issue of global warming is real, even how we do planning, even the issue of urbanization, even how we plan going forward. That people are no longer going to be accepted or allowed to build in the flood lines, in the wetlands, in the area where lightning usually occurs. So that's what we are going to do. But the issue of education is something that is going to be ongoing so that we combat this process going forward. Sicabanga ukuthi sibheke into eziningi kakhulu ukuthi sizokwenza uhlelo lokuthi sizilungiselele njengomnyango ukuthi singabe salinda ke manje ukuthi kube khona amathols abanzi. Sibonile ke istorm ebesihambisana neqhwa elikhulu, sasibekezele, sasikhuluma nathi sithathela oza kwethu baka SA weather basitshela, kodwa sathola ukuthi amatraka aqale ngavuma, kakhulukazi uma ungabheka umgaqo osuka N3 wasithatha isikhathi eside ukuvala ngenxa yezingqinamba. Sicabanga ukuthi ngamanje sesokwenza one time izivimba-mgwaqo zikelile zilungile as from today, nama-grader akhona already on standby. Uma sewonke ka-23 azobe elindile nje ukuthi sheshe selikhiphe ikhephu noma iqhoma selifikile. Kodwa sicabanga ukuthi sikhulumisana nazo zonke-ke iy'nhlaka ukuthi umcimbi wesizwe sonke lo awubhekene nathi. Uma sesizikhiphile komabonakude sayikhiphe ey'nkundleni zokuxhumana. Siyafisa abantu bakithi bayithathe njengezwi elibalulekile ngoba asifisi ukuphinda kube khona abantu abenzeka babesitaki emgaqweni nabantu abazolimala. Sishayile esheni-ke nekhwelo sakhuleka emakhosini ukuthi kufanele zikhishwe noma kuhlangana kusona zonke iy'ndawo sikhulume ngalolu daba nangendlela esekufanele manje sakhe ngayo imizi yethu nasemgaqweni. Sazi nje ukuthi uma sethe uhulumeni kuzoba khona izwi elizoduma kakhulu, noma kuzoba khona-ke umlilo ozobequbula ozobukhona, noma kuzoba khona iqhwa. Siyithathe nje ukuthi kuzobe kunjalo, sisheshe sizilungiselele. Sicabanga ukuthi-ke sitshele ukuthi-ke indlela ezoba ngayo izoqala nge-weekend kuyozobuya esibili izilibamgaqo sizozenza-ke. Sicabanga ukuthi sekuzoba ngcono. Sifundile kakhulu okwenzekile ukuthi kungcono nje ama-stakeholders asheshe asondele wonke njengamanje, usangabikho umuntu ozoba stuck emgaqweni. Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much, MEC. Maybe just to round off, may I kindly request the speaker, because I know that we had tourists that were coming to Durban. Maybe the speaker would want to also comment.
Thank you very much, sort of MEC. From the side of the HMW municipality, whenever there are these disasters, whether snow, storms, heavy rains, in the recent past we are always severely affected. Yes, indeed, we can confirm that there were people that were stuck who were coming to visit our city. There were those also who were stuck when we were leaving our city. I remember there was a group of students from Bloemfontein who visited Durban on their way back to their province. They were stuck because of snow. But we are happy that we have not received reports of any facilities because of that incidents. But in terms of the warnings for the snow and the bad weather next week, we have also received the very same warning. Our chiefs from disaster are on the ground, visiting areas that our people in the informal settlement that are in the low-lying areas. In Durban, we have witnessed this path where not only people in the informal settlement are affected, even those who are in the formal dwellings have been affected by these disasters. We are encouraging all our people in our city to take extra cautions, and all the warnings from government, the MEC have indicated. When we are giving these warnings, we want to appeal to our people to take them serious and respect government officials that always visit these areas to communicate those warnings. As a city of Durban, we are ready to make sure that we safe, we protect our people come next week when we're hit by these disasters. Thank you very much.
Members of the media, thank you very much for attending this media briefing. We will continue interacting with you. Our HOD, sponsor Ben, will be interacting with all categories of staff moving forward. And once again, thank you very much for attending Sebo.
Siyabonga kakhulu bafethu. Njengamanje-ke sesiyaqala uhlelo lwethu ngokusemthethweni. Manje ngiyabuka lama